this video, we're going to take a look at two factories who make widgets. Factory A produces 5,000 of the widgets, and then 6% of the widgets from factory A and 3% of the widgets from factory B are defective. We want to know how many widgets did factory B produce if the overall percentage of defective widgets from the two factories was 4%. So what I'd like to do is let's deal with factory A in the first row. And I want to tell you, I'm just going to use this table as kind of a way to organize my information so that I don't get really lost in all the pieces. So factory A had made 5,000 widgets. And remember that 6% of those widgets were defective. So we're going to, instead of 6%, we'll do 0.06. And I want you to multiply to get this last column here. So 5,000 times 0.06, we get 300. Okay, now let's do factory B in the second row. We don't know how many widgets factory B produced, but we do know that 3% of them were defective. So we're going to move that decimal to make it 0.03. And now we'll multiply this together, 0.03x. And then I want you to look at the total. Okay, so we know that when we add 5,000 plus x, and we multiply that by 4% being defective overall, we should get 0.04. And then watch my parentheses here. I need a parentheses around that 5,000 plus x. Now, I want you to focus on this last column because this is where we're going to get the equation. So we're going to take our 300 and we're going to add our 0.03x, and that's going to equal the 0.04 times the 5,000 plus x. It's a classic, what's called a mixture problem. But the chart is just a tool to help you organize the information. Now let's distribute the 0.04. So 0.04 times 5,000 gives me 200. And then 0.04 times x would give me 0.04x. This left side, we haven't changed it all yet. So now I think we need to get all of our x's on one side. So I'm going to subtract the 0.03x. And that leaves me with 300 over here because these cancel out, equals 200 plus 0.01x. Okay. Now subtract your 200 from both sides. That gives me 100 equals my 0.01x. And then I want to divide by the 0.01x. And so 100 divided by the 0.01x gives me 10,000. So that means that factory B produced 10,000 widgets, which is the question that was being asked. I want you to go back to the chart here. I want you to recognize that we did times between the first two columns, and that equals the last column. We added them together. Or that's what we put it together. We multiplied 5,000 times 0.06 to get my 300. Okay. And then I want you to see that when we went down the chart, we added these together to get equals. Okay. That'll help you use your chart to organize your information best.